moment to breathe, grab a beverage or two. We got professional guests with lots of stories for you. So take a seat right here and join us on Careers Over Beers.
All right, let's do it. Right. Welcome to Careers Over Beers podcast. I'm wearing a very special hat today. This is the Careers Over Beers podcast logo that these fine people made for me. Alpha Bravo Custom Designs, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Tell me what you do. What is it?
We we make hats, obviously, but we custom etch everything from tumblers, awards, hats.
We probably should have had our elevator speech ready, but
you don't need one. It's just normal question.
yeah. No, we have a laser etching machine. So we try to. Right now, our big popular item is hats like that. So.
Oh yeah, these are real nice. This is a Richardson 112, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to learn hats. You know, I'm not a hat person.
There's a whole following, a whole group of people out there that are really particular about the hat that they want.
Yes. Are you one of those?
No, but I'm becoming one.
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll definitely have people reach out and they'll want just the 112.
Yeah.
Or just the 115. So those are our two best selling ones.
Yeah.
People usually have a one way or the other that they go.
Right. After you gave me this hat, I was wearing it around and I ran into several people that were like, "You got the Richardson 112, like that's the best hat you can get. Those are nice." And I was like, "Oh yeah. I meant to do that."
Now you know.
Yeah. So if you're watching this right now, you can see this hat looks really, really dope. It's got the yellow Richardson 112 leather patch on the front, and you can find these actually on Etsy. And your Etsy page will be in the description. So if you're watching YouTube right now, you can look in the description. Or my social media platforms will also have that. You can find their page, the Etsy page, and you can order this hat right here that I'm wearing. And they'll make it for you. Yeah. Hand-stitched.
Yes, we got little kids.
You got little children that will do all the work for you, your slaves.
Yeah, we get the leather totally undyed. It's veg tan leather, and then we cut it out, we dye it, and we hand-stitch onto the hats.
Yeah,
and
I love it.
The kids do help.
Aren't there laws against that?
No, you can. After a certain age, we can actually pay them as like a business owner, pay our kids. And it helps with the taxes. It helps them, teaches them a little responsibility. So
I didn't know we were paying them.
Yeah, we pay them.
Oh shit! It's all coming out.
Right.
We haven't even opened a beer yet, so we're drinking Bud Light today.
Yes, sir.
Bud Light bottles.
Thank you for getting these.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, for sure. You guys are Bud Lighters in your household?
We're actually vodka drinkers.
Oh yeah.
But Bud Light is our go-to if we drink a beer, and so it's Careers Over Beer, so we had to pick a beer.
Well, you know I would drink vodka too.
I saw that podcast.
Yeah.
We didn't want to make you go to, what was it, Dodge?
Oh, Dodge City?
Dodge City
Boot Hill Distillery.
To get a distillery over there, or vodka from.
No, they ship it here. You can get it here. All right, well, cheers, guys.
Cheers. Thanks for having us.
Hell yeah.
Man, they still go down good though, huh?
Nice and easy.
Yep.
People talk shit on it, but hey.
I mean, that's a West Texas staple right there. I grew up on Bud Light.
That's like an American staple now, I feel like. That's the go-to. You can't beat it, though, if you're trying to slam 20 of them in a row.
No,
that's true.
Not that I would ever do that.
Yeah, there's only 18 left in there.
All right, well, go ahead and give me a backstory on this. How did this ever happen? How did you get started making stuff like this?
So it's kind of been a long journey. We started making more crafty stuff. Started making little outfits for kids and just something to get a little extra money. And then we started powder coating. So we did a lot of tumblers and some auto parts. We would do some pretty crazy powder coating with multiple colors. And then we bought the laser etcher.
But with powder coating, she talks about right now you can buy a cup and it's blue already or red or green. I mean, she's talking about crazy colors. She'd put rainbows on there or the galaxy. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's
really? You could do some space shit?
She would do some crazy stuff with it. And,
what's involved in powder coating? How are you even doing that?
So it is. It comes with a gun, which is hooked to an air compressor, and when the powder comes through the gun, it's ionized. So the cup or whatever metal part that you're powder coating is sitting on ground. So when you shoot the powder on it, it sticks to the cup, and then you cook it.
Really?
Yeah.
She'll give you way better explanation.
That's some high-tech
Spray
shit.
paint onto a cup.
Spray.
You
But it's ionized spray
yeah.
paint, and it's burning onto it, basically,
Yeah.
then, right?
Well, it sticks to it because of the difference in the charge. So then you put it in your oven. So you have the
cook it.
powders in. And
Oh, really? And then
cooks
it bakes onto there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But before we had the laser, she would make vinyl stencils, like someone's name, and she'd put it on there and powder coat it and then peel every little stencil thing off. It was so time consuming.
And you just started doing that because you felt like doing it? You wanted to make some stuff?
Yeah, I just started watching on YouTube. There's a guy, Man Crafting. He's got a YouTube channel or whatever, and I started watching it and just thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
Try to start it out there.
I've always heard the term powder coat, but I've never actually seen it in action. Maybe I should watch a video on that.
Yeah, you should. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is pretty cool.
But
And then, go ahead.
No, you go.
And then we had like one guy he needed a boat part painted white or something.
Uh-huh.
That was a pain in the butt. And then we did a few for some guy that was restoring an old car. So usually it's just tumblers, but every once in a while we'll get someone that's like,
Yeah. And you're talking like a
Powder coat
Yeti or something like that?
Yep.
yeah, like a Yeti
Or an Arctic?
Yeah, we
if
did a
you're-
lot of
whatever's
Arctics.
out there, yeah.
There's a cult following behind those groups, too.
It really is. Same thing. People that
Yeah.
like, I want a Yeti. I'm like, this is going to be $20 cheaper if you get the Arctic.
Yeah.
They want the Yeti.
They want that Yeti. But
Yeah, and sometimes we'll do someone's Yeti cup, but usually we end up having to pay out a cost for that because they're just so different. Like you're used to working with a certain, manufacturer on a cup that we have, and then you get a Yeti, and like, I know it's weird, but the powder coat may be different, maybe thicker, whatever.
Really?
So sometimes you mess up that cup, and then you're like, crap, I got to go buy a Yeti cup.
Run to the
And
store.
Put it here, replace this Yeti cup, and basically you're not even making any money. So we try not to use other people's things because it just kind of
Oh, I got you.
ends up being harder for us. So.
You just like to purchase all your stuff in-house. That way you have it there.
Yeah, it's easier.
Yeah.
we don't mess up someone's stuff. It's just, you never know.
So if I had like this old item from my great-great-grandfather that was passed down generations, you wouldn't feel comfortable etching that?
Not at all.
I mean, it would have to be like, we'd have to do some sort of agreement, just in case, because there's, something goes wrong with the etcher, we screw it up.
Yeah.
That heirloom's gone. Sorry.
Yeah, whoops. My bad. Your grandpa's SS officer knife just got ruined.
Yeah, so best not to do it if we can.
And then you got a laser, you said, and that changed everything?
Yeah, we got the laser, and then we still did cups. We still did mainly powder coating, but he always wanted to do the hats and do the leather, and I honestly didn't really want to do it.
Really?
But then we tried, and it worked out.
Yeah. I don't know what. I just saw a hat, like a commercial or something on Facebook, and I was like, I bet we can make that with the laser. And so,
On leather?
yeah.
So you had never really looked into doing this before? You just kind of stumbled across it, and you're like, I bet we could do that.
Yeah, like all the crafty stuff is more her end. She does a lot of it out there. And then when I retired, I was like, oh, let me try to do a little bit more. And so that's why I thought about the hats.
Yeah.
And we started doing that, and turns out it's enjoyable to do. You kind of get someone's logo, and you get to do the design work, which I think is kind of cool. She's way better at it than me. I keep telling myself I'm going to learn Photoshop, but I just use what little things I know.
Dude, it's tough.
Yeah.
I've been learning Photoshop again. I learned it in high school, but I've been learning it again recently. And it's so frustrating, especially when you don't know what every tool does. You don't know what you're doing with all the layers and stuff. And
Yeah. We have our 18-year-old. She's really good at that stuff. And I'll ask her, can you show me how to do that? And she's just so quick that I'm like, never mind.
Why should I even try?
Yeah, if I got a YouTube video, I can at least pause it, rewind
I know, but it sucks
redo
when you're trying to pump a project out and then you got to go back to YouTube and reference it and skip through videos and drives me crazy.
Yeah, so we do a lot of design with that, which I think is kind of nice, but she gets way into it. I mean,
You're the artistic one of the group?
I never was, but I kind of am now.
Really?
Yeah.
You never were as a kid or anything like that?
Not at all.
Really?
And then just doing this stuff, I really like creating stuff, so it makes me happy.
Yeah.
she'll try to explain it to me, and I'm like, okay. So you didn't get it? She's like, nah. So I'll just wait till it's done and you can show me.
Well, they are unique looking. I mean,
Yeah.
when you see that leather patch on there like this, it just pops out. There's something to it. It's like, wow, you don't see that in a store usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't do the stitching either, and it's like we could do them a lot faster, but I just don't think it looks as good, and it won't hold up. So we really like to do the stitching on there. rather than just like gluing it or something.
Right.
Which is what a lot of people do.
I love it.
Yeah, they'll use a hat press, or they'll make it look like there's stitches, which is great. I mean, but I think what we're doing by doing real stitching is we're going to stick with that.
It adds so much to it.
It does take a lot longer, though, than using a hat press and 30 seconds and you're done. But I think it's worth it. So
You better be careful, because someday if you get so big that you have to mass produce these things, you're either going to have a ton of kids stitching for you, or you're going to have to start doing the hat press and stuff, right?
Well, we just bought a sewing machine, so that will help when we get it put
It'll still be
together.
stitched. It just won't be always hand stitched.
Yeah.
It's like if we get a big order, then it's going to make sense to use the sewing machine. But probably small orders will probably just keep
Do you
hand
think that
stitching.
you can actually tell the difference between a hand stitch and a sewing machine?
I think so. We haven't done it yet. We just got it in. It's still
Really?
all wrapped up and everything, but I would think so, just because, like, you can tell, like, that's
hand
not
stitch.
consistent. You know, like,
And it's the thick stitching too,
Yeah.
Right, that's
which is
that's
cool.
what's going to be. It's going to be the thickness of it. I don't think with a machine we could get it to look quite like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do some test runs. Hopefully, we like it, because it was an expensive machine.
Well, it definitely adds a lot to it. Like, you just made me a K-State hat as well,
Yeah.
with a power cat on it, and you did purple stitching on there, which I thought was really cool. Just
Yeah.
adds a lot to it.
Yeah, we have tons of different color threads and dyes, and primarily we just do like different browns, but if someone wants colored, we can do that too.
Yeah. So when you got this laser, you guys probably made a big purchase doing that, right? Those things aren't cheap, I'm assuming.
No, it was a big purchase.
So what made you pull the trigger on that? Were you going all out with this business idea, or were you just like, we need to up our game a little bit as a hobby?
She tells me she wants to buy something. I'm like, all right. I mean, I don't
You're
really have
down?
much say.
You're like,
I
whatever.
don't have much say.
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw it and really wanted it, I think.
Yeah,
then-
and I trust her. You know, I mean, if she thinks it's worth it, then same thing with the sewing machine. That was something that we really talked about for a while, and I was like, so we should get one. She's like, no. But then as soon as she started doing the research, she's like, all right, we should get one. I was like, okay, cool. I mean, I know if she did the research, it's probably
Yeah.
worth getting. So
What's your mindset like, though, when you're doing all this stuff? Are you trying to grow a business or start a business? Like, when did it cross over to we're going all out with this? Do you remember?
I would say probably in like the last maybe 2 years, like when we started doing the hats, because doing the tumblers and doing the powder coating it was so time intensive, and so it just like each cup took hours to do. So now we're doing something that we can do, like have a lot more like quicker, like it's faster to do, and
Yeah.
and so we
You can
finally
pump out
have
a
our
lot more stuff.
website, and we've been wanting to do it for a while, but with both of us being our side hustle, you know, sometimes it's hard
yeah.
to find the time to do all the things you need to do for business.
Yeah, because you still work full time.
Yeah.
I think that's our biggest issue is we actually never been like, all right, let's make it work. We've bought stuff and we put money into it, and she enjoys going back there. I enjoy going back there. It's kind of like a little break at the end of the day, but we've never really been like, let's really try to market this. Let's really try to let people know we're out there.
Yeah.
Because we both have full-time jobs, so it's always just been a side hustle.
A little bit
I
build
think-
here, build there,
Yeah.
invest here.
And we've tried different things. We tried, leather. We tried wallets and this and that, and they're still good to do. But I think we enjoy the hats and like
Yeah.
personalization for stuff. But I think now we're getting to a point where we really want it to grow. So we are trying to do a little bit better at posting on the social medias and marketing and things like that. So still got a long ways to go.
So
but
you're ready
the goal is to be able to.
You're ready
do
to
that.
go all out now?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
the goal would be to replace one of our incomes. So whichever one wants to say, hey, let me just do this full time.
Yeah.
And the other person can keep working or something until they can both do it. We can both do it. So,
Yeah.
but-
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Just
Yeah.
to be able to
Yeah.
take your passion like that and do it all day. Don't have to worry about work.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
They say that like if you can find something that makes you happy, you're not even working. So
Exactly, yeah.
that would be.
And if
both
you have
like
your kids
creating,
doing all
so
the work too, then you're just kind of hanging
you go.
out.
I
Right?
got it for a few more years, right? So,
Use them while you have them.
yeah.
And so what else do you all do? You do T-shirts as well, right?
We don't really
Don't.
do T-shirts anymore.
Really?
It's more like promotional, a lot of promotional items. So
We rely on the laser. So if it's like whether it's a pencil or a bottle opener or a tumbler or keychains, whatever we can put into that laser is what we'd really like to stick with.
The laser's like the cornerstone of your business.
Like we try to do T-shirts in the past, and we did screen printing, and that's a lot of work. And I know nowadays you can order from a company, and they'll send you like a sticker, and then you just put it in a heat press. It makes it a lot easier. But I don't think we really want to expand that far. I would like to get an embroidery machine so we can embroider hats as well, and then we can also do T-shirts and stuff like that. But
that'd be pretty cool.
That's a pretty big investment as well. But I think down the road, that's where we'd like to go.
How does an embroidery machine even work? Is it just sewing?
Yeah, but there's so many different ones. Like there's some that are like 1 or 2 threads, which to me threads are colors, I guess.
Yeah.
So there's some that are 10 to 15 needles, and so you have that many colors that you can use, which gives you more options whenever someone has like a logo with 5 or 6 colors.
Yeah.
So that's my understanding of it, but I just want to be able to do them on hats or make some patches.
Just take like a symbol or a logo and do it with thread.
Yeah, because right now we're limited in color. Mm-hmm. Like I had a lawn service call us, and they had 3 colors in their logo, and I'm like, unfortunately, we can't do that many colors. So it does limit us not having an embroidery machine.
I kind of like that about the way your hats are, though. They're not these bright, flashy colors. It's like the leather look to me looks really clean and cool. I love that look.
That's good to hear. And we do too, but there are some.
There's people that want like, no, I want my yellow in there.
Like we try hand painting it, but we're just not artists like that. So my hands jiggle too much, so I end up painting everything but where I need to be painting.
You just need a few beers, calm your hands down.
Right, exactly. That's probably what it is.
Yeah,
I think 95%, probably more than that, of the hats we do are just leather.
Yeah,
without any colors. And
I love it. I mean, like people that are going to be customers are probably like you were at one point, seeing it come down on your Facebook feed or Instagram feed, and they're like, "Whoa, I like the looks of that."
Yeah,
that's unique. That's not something you can find in a store. So, yeah. And you've had some big orders, too, recently, haven't you? I know of one in particular that I sent you.
Actually, thanks to you.
Yeah.
But Luke Klaus, Meadowlark Landscape and Design. Yeah.
Yes. She worked with him on that. So it's funny because sometimes they don't know who they're working with. So if they think it's me, they're like, hey, bro, or hey, dude. So, like, it was him and her. She worked with him from the beginning, and super awesome experience. I mean, he was
Was that the biggest order you've had so far?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was the biggest hat order. We had a ranch order. They actually sent us a bunch of jackets, and we had to put patches on the jackets, and then they also ordered hats. But other than that, that was our biggest hat order. So we were stitching.
Well, thank you, Luke.
Every day after work, coming home and stitching.
Stitching. If we were better at like marketing and stuff.
I'll move your mic a little bit for you.
All right, yeah. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
I told her if we were better at marketing, like, so, 75 hats is a lot. We'd sit at night, do 10 each. The next day, 10 each. The next day, until we knocked them out. And I said we should have a picture of us Monday night, Tuesday night, and each time a stack of hats bigger and bigger behind us, because that's our nights, just sitting in front of the TV and sewing. And
at the beginning, you're all giddy and happy, and then at the end, you're kind of just like,
your hands start hurting.
Yeah. And I was joking with her and saying Friday would have been casino, because that's what she likes to do. So that's her reward for doing 75 hats.
So that's how it goes down in the Rivera household.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing tonight? We got 10 hats.
Yep.
Everybody get your share.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So.
Our daughter doesn't live with us, so she'll come over and grab 5-10 hats and bring them back the next day. So.
They're about it too, like they support everything.
Yeah, but they need money, so.
I guess it's true.
She's a college student.
Why not?
Like, what else can I do to make money?
It's better than going and getting a job somewhere.
Yeah.
Just working with your parents at home,
Extra.
Yeah. So when you first started doing this, you were probably just doing people you knew, I'm assuming, making hats and cups and stuff for people you knew. Or was it right out of the gate you were getting requests from people
that got our first hat. I don't even know what we did.
Randos from all over.
Well, like with the tumblers, where I work, a lot of people bought them there, and then we have our Etsy store, so people would go on Etsy, and it's not like crazy good, but then at Christmas time we'd just be inundated, and we'd be just making cups, like get off work for 4, 5, 8 hours out in the back, and then the hats. Yeah.
I don't even know how we even started, like our first order, whatever. I think I made a hat and posted it, and someone ordered. We really don't know a lot of people here. I mean, she's from Maine, I'm from Texas, so we don't have any family here. So I think most of it is just people either word of mouth
and stuff.
A lot of people from where you guys work. I mean,
yeah. Well, that's cool.
She
I
gets
mean,
a lot there.
Was there a moment where you were like, wow, like I can't believe that this many people are reaching out and like this is really happening? You know, I'm actually making stuff.
Usually during the holidays, we're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. I mean, we're pretty busy.
Yeah.
And it's exciting to kind of get that many orders. We just started doing craft fairs this year, and we went to one here locally, like just a really small one, and we did really well there. I'm like, wow, I could really.
Yeah.
We're really starting to kind of find the products that are working for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have hats, but then you have to have a couple of smaller items that are attractive to the younger kids or things like that.
Right.
So we're trying to like find some additional items to keep with us at craft fairs that move really well that people will enjoy. So
fidget spinners.
Yeah.
You missed that train, man. Remember how crazy that got for a while?
That was the poppy things, right?
I guess.
That's what my son does. Like, we went to Maine and he bought like a lobster and a poppy.
Oh, I've seen those little bubbles in them.
Yes, I guess
I don't get that at all.
ADD or something is what he's telling us. I'm like, I need 20 of those in.
I think after fidget spinners, I checked out and officially grew up. Like I'm done with these trends, man.
Yeah,
but it was insane.
I remember my nephew having a fidget spinner.
It was like 2 years there. Everybody had one. They were the biggest thing in every mall. You see them in every booth.
Yep.
But that is kind of cool, like with your business and stuff, that you can make products and find which ones are really popular.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, people always gravitate towards this particular design.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to like kind of be always monitoring it too, because like something might be super popular today, but then every other business like ours is going to jump on that bandwagon. So you got to be always kind of looking at like what's going to be next.
Yeah.
You know, like this is really big right now, but tomorrow maybe it won't be anything. So.
Well, maybe that's a good reason. That's another good factor having your kids involved, because they're in that younger generation and they're seeing trends and they're seeing new things come out.
That's true.
Because that's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah, it really is.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah. But man, yeah, that's cool. The trendy stuff. Are you gonna make any of those poppy things ever?
No, probably not.
No. I don't get them.
I do want to make a rubber band gun though.
Do it.
I found a file that you can, out of wood, you can cut it all out and make
a
rubber
yeah?
band gun.
I remember playing with rubber band guns when I was a kid.
Yeah, I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
You might not like it. I might hit you a few times with it.
Yeah, if you shoot me, I'm not gonna like
I need a
it.
test subject.
Do you make any designs for hats or for anything, I guess, that are just like generic designs that you come up with that you sell, or do you all do all custom? Like you tell me what you want and we'll make it.
So we have our standard shapes,
Mm-hmm.
like that, or round or square, or, diamond, whatever. But then we have some people that will say, hey, can you customize it? Or we'll look at the logo and it's just really long. Then we may have to we'll do like the shape of the logo. Like you did a fish or something like that once, and she made the shape out of the outside was the shape of the fish.
Well, you also did a Power Cat for me too.
Mm-hmm.
So the K-State Power Cat logo.
Right.
Yeah. So depending on the logo, we'll say, hey, like she'll do all the design. Well, I think it'll look better this way, and she'll send it to that person, and like, oh, I like that much better. So
Yeah.
sometimes it makes it difficult to hand sew because you're going all this way and that way, and, but yeah. So depending on the person, they might.
I like that one too. You got rivets on that one.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'll take this one off. So we've been watching.
Show that to the camera real quick. I don't know if they can see that very well. Okay. Yeah. For the people just listening, it's a leather patch, cool design. You can find it in the description. Go look them up. Go look them up on their social medias. Find it all on my social media pages. But go ahead and say what you were saying about that.
So we're part of a couple of groups, and we've seen a lot of people use the rivets and different things, and so I was like, had ordered some rivets for another project, actually for a wallet, and so I said, let me try it, and so I made this quick design, threw it on there, wanted to see what it looked like. I think last weekend.
Yeah,
Figured out to wear it today. So it's a 2-layer.
Yeah, the double layer is cool. I like that.
Yeah, so I tried that out, kind of see what it was like. So
No, it looks great.
that's
And
kind
that's
of the
just
cool
the rivets
part.
holding it in there?
It is. And
Really?
some glue.
And some glue?
We glue the patch and then put the rivets on there. So
We do a lot of veteran-based ones. So we do a lot of custom, obviously, but then we'll do flags where we kind of embed people's logo onto the flag. We do a lot of that stuff because we are veteran owned. So
yeah,
something.
Tell me more about that. You guys are both veterans, and you incorporate that a lot into your business as well, right? Don't you do some charity work and stuff like that, or donate to some charities through your product line?
Yeah, we definitely do. Like, if anyone wants to look at the Careers Over Beers hats, 10% of that goes actually to Rainbows United.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have some that goes to military charities. We try to give back as much as we can.
Yeah.
We usually have the kids pick a charity each month. Each one will rotate and say, hey, what's the charity? And then we'll put a proceed to what we make to that. And then we also do our personal to that too. But ideally what we'd like to do, if this were to grow, is pick a charity to donate to each every month that we think is important, whether it's veteran or just local or something like that. What is the charity for you though? Like, so if anyone orders that hat, we'll donate 10%.
If you order the Careers Over Beers hat on the Etsy page, the charity that I chose was Rainbows United. So 10% you said goes to that, I think, from these 10%. Hats. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's that's an organization that's great. They help kids with special needs when they're young, and they're also highly rated on one of these charity rating apps. So that's one of my big things is I don't like picking charities that I don't know much about because I don't want to be paying some rich CEO.
Yeah.
Right.
But they're highly rated. I've had family members at Rainbows United, and I'm a big supporter of them. So you're also helping that out if you're buying one of these hats. So go out and buy some hats and buy your hats too, because you guys do charities for all of yours.
Yes.
And you rotate them, it sounds like.
Yeah. So we're going to be adding them to the website, but the website's still pretty much in works. So we've got the hats on there, and that's about it. So as we add to it, that'll be on there as well.
That's a cool factor. That's a good reason to buy your product at all. A lot of people might just do it for that. Giving back to the community, when you know that you're helping out, and especially being a local business, like that's a big thing too today, especially, is I feel like people are going more towards buy local.
Yeah, I think we had someone just recently reach out to us, and they already get hats from somewhere, but they know that we were closer and they were interested in our company because it's here in Wichita. So
they probably listen to your podcast too.
I hope so. Hope so. I'm trying to grow just like you guys. Get my name out there.
I think that's really what has helped us is the word of mouth locally, and we've had even online orders. They've told their friends and stuff. So we're not by no means huge or anything, but it's nice to get your customers by word of mouth and stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Actually, Luke, I guess we had a call for someone else who saw Luke's hats and was like, hey, I'm also in the lawn industry, lawn and garden. And I saw his hat, and he said he got it from you. So he came over, took a look at all the hats, because some people are really picky about their hats. And,
I know, man. It's
I never
weird.
Understood that. I remember going to Lids and like, oh, let me try this hat on. Oh, man, I don't like it. Try a hat on this, and that's it.
That's exactly how I was.
Some people are like, they put the hat on, they bend it, they look in the mirror, they squat down. I don't know what that's going to do. Just make sure it's not going to fall off. And then, trying off 6 or 7 different hats and know all about them. Like, I never knew the difference between 112 and 115 until we started getting into it. So
I still really kind of don't, but people always come up to me and say, oh, you're rocking a 112.
So the 112s are taller from the base of the hat to the top.
Yeah.
So the 115s are low profile, and they're shorter from there to there. So if you have like a smaller head from your top of your ears to the top, then you'd want the 115.
You thought I had a big head whenever you made this hat for me?
No, it was the color. Definitely the color.
And the 112s, the thread is matching. The thread matches.
Oh,
which I like.
Personally. I like that too. Yeah. I really do like the thread when it pops, when you have like a colorful thread, just a little accent,
Yeah, makes it look nice.
It does, for sure. But, people come up to me, they're like, 112s, huh? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had to do a lot of research when we first started because people would ask, like, what's the difference? Well, I don't know. They look the same.
Yeah. I used to be the same way. Go into Lids, find something cool, walk out. And I used to have hats, too. I grew up in a country school where a lot of people would just like curl the bill as much as possible.
Yeah.
So I did that for a while. I went through a phase like that. Does that bug you when you see people come in?
Did you have a fishing hook in it?
I never actually did have one of those, no. But do you ever have people come in? So first of all, hold up. You let people come and look at all the hats before in your house?
Well, so this guy he really had no clue. And so I was like, look, here's what I have. He's like, well, does that fit? So he has a big head. That is the issue. And he said, I got a really large head. Most hats don't fit me. And I said, look, I'm local. You're more than welcome to come by. Try a hat out. See if it fits you. Here's the hats we have.
Yeah.
If they fit you, great. And he had a Richardson hat, but it was a Richardson like 110, which is a fitted hat. And we don't normally carry those. We usually carry the snapbacks. But we did have some flex fitted. And so I said, you're more than welcome to come try them out, see if they fit. And so that's why I let them come by and try it out.
Okay. That's not a normal thing.
Typically
you would do.
we don't, but the guy seemed cool. He was a Marine.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you're more than welcome to stop by and try it. So
I think we do more than a lot of typical businesses, because I see on some of the pages we're on and people are complaining like, oh, I had this customer and I had to do this and this. I have no problem talking back and forth for days with customers, because I want them to be really happy with their hats. If they want to come over, they could come over and check it out. I don't care.
Yeah, he made Joe like, I can't believe you're going to let me come check it out. I'm like, it doesn't bother me,
Yeah.
If you want to come by and check it out, you're the ones driving over here. Hopefully,
People like people that are personable.
Yeah.
Someone they can trust and talk to. Like, oh, this guy's chill.
And it was good because those hats didn't fit the same as the one he wanted. And so had he ordered those knowing that, and I made the order and sold him those hats, he would be unhappy. So if I have the ability to make sure that they're going to be happy with that product, it's going to save me less work too. But
have you had any customers that have given you a hard time or been weird?
Not on hats.
Not really on hats.
On anything else though?
Like, I had problems with tumblers in the past when we were doing the powder coating. People, they weren't happy with the design, the way it lined up. But with hats, no,
I don't think we have any.
People have been pretty happy with them.
Yeah.
I think. Actually, it's funny. We had someone today for the tumblers reach out on Etsy, and they had bought tumblers like 2 years ago. And they were like, hey, we still love our tumblers, but we want to order some more. So it's kind of cool to see that like people are still like
return customers.
Yeah, return customers from 2 years ago. Like, that's, I don't remember.
Makes you feel good.
I'm not sure what cup I made for them, but they really liked it. So yeah, it makes you feel good.
You've never dealt anybody that's like straight up mean or anything like that, or someone you just had to tell, hey, you need to get away. We're not going to give you this.
Yeah, I don't think of anything specific. But I know there's been several times where we, we'll do the logo and then we'll send them some. We have standard colors on our patches. That color, darker, and then black, and we'll paint it. I don't like that color. Then we'll try to paint it a little darker. I don't like that color. And they're just not happy with the color, and sometimes we try to like go too far, which we should just say, look, these are the colors we have.
You guys are real people pleasers. Sounds like you want them to be happy.
If it's within reason, why not? But if they're just like nothing's gonna be satisfying, then sometimes it's like, look, I don't think we can help each other out today. So.
I think like when I started at this as a business, I just hate shitty customer service.
Yeah.
Like if you don't want to be doing your job, don't go find something else to do.
That's a good point.
So like I've always wanted to do the good customer service, and I don't think we've had definitely customers that are harder to deal with. Like they ask a lot of questions, they aren't happy, but we usually can come to some sort of agreement.
Yeah.
Okay, we can change it up. We just have to be careful not to do too much stuff,
Which she does.
I do sometimes.
You do?
I do.
Like
it can help you though sometimes.
Yeah.
Like if somebody's, they screwed this up or they didn't give me what I wanted, I contacted them and they were like, oh, no problem, we'll make it how you want it. Then they might be like, holy shit, this is a place that will really deal with you and work with you on what you want. And that's a great selling point. That's the way to do it, in my opinion. Not to the point where you're going to harm yourself, but
yeah.
Like sometimes like we'll get a logo and they'll just have a snapshot of it of their phone and send it to us. And there's a lot of work. You did Photoshop. There's a lot of work that goes into making a logo look really nice, clean edges, and then on top of that, put it in a format that you can use. We'll get some people that will send her something and that's all they have, and she'll spend hours, I'm talking about hours, just cleaning it up and using our daughter to do some things in Photoshop and then give it to them.
You truly care.
Yeah, and they're like, I don't, and they don't order, which is fine.
Oh.
But
yeah, we had
and
a guy recently who he kept asking me these questions. I make a mock-up, and then he wanted to see what the patch would look like, and I hand painted the patch and did all this extra work, and then I haven't heard from him since. So, but I mean, I think usually the good outweighs the bad. So
yeah. You're gonna deal with that, I guess. I mean, people get cold feet in anything.
Yeah.
They'll act like they're interested in stuff, and then they'll back out. So, it's just part of dealing with customers, I guess.
Yeah, it really is.
Have you ever had anybody have a weird request? Oh, I can't talk. A weird request for something?
Yeah,
like any
So I guess the car parts. It was like an old classic. That was kind of weird, just because it was really awkward to try to spray paint. Powder coat everything. But we've had a box, the black box with the rooster.
Mm-hmm.
Someone brought a box, and he wanted his logo etched and a couple of other things, and I think it was for like cockfighting. I mean, that's what it looked like, right?
What kind of box are you talking about?
It was just a small box like
I don't know
this.
what is weird. I don't
like
know.
a wooden box?
It was a wooden box, and it was, decorative, had gold and this and that, and so we etched it with his logo, but
something you could put.
And
like
it had a rooster. Part of his logo was a rooster and everything, and I'm assuming it has to do with that. I don't know.
Cockfighting, huh?
Really, really weird box, though.
Interesting.
And then apparently he gave us a key, which I don't remember getting the key, and so when I gave it back to him, we had it for months.
Yeah, he wouldn't come pick it up.
Yeah, he wouldn't pick it up, and so we put it to the side, and when he finally picked it up, a couple of days later, he said, "You got the key?" I'm like, "I didn't know we had a key." But
was it a key for the box?
Yeah, it was locked and everything.
Could the box fit a chicken in it?
Not alive.
So. No.
Not alive.
Was it a coffin?
It was a chicken coffin. Oh, yeah, this is our best. Not. This was our best fighter. We gotta treat him right when he's dead.
He's going to Valhalla.
Are there any lines that you would draw, like if somebody was into some weird shit, or are you open to doing pretty much anything? Like if that guy was straight up with you, he's like, "This is my cockfighting coffin for my chicken," You'd
probably still do it.
You'd be like, "All right, teach their own."
That's gonna be extra.
What if somebody came up with something that was like, I don't know.
I mean, if it ain't illegal, I'll probably do it.
If it ain't illegal?
Yeah.
Well, what if it's like a pot leaf?
I've done that.
You've done pot?
A pot leaf logo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There may be someone out there with a pot leaf hat.
Oh, yeah, you did do that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Tisk, tisk. What if somebody came up and they're like, "Hey, I want a nice leather armband with a swastika on it"?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that one. I'd say no.
But they're real
I'd
friendly.
I'd probably put the American flag on it and not let them know.
But they're real friendly. They're like, "Yeah, bro, it's just, just a nice leather band.
Yeah.
Just."
Yeah,
But they don't call it a swastika. They say this broken cross on my armband. Then you see it and you're like,
Yeah, I hope you don't mind. I took the liberty of fixing it before I put it on there.
Okay, so there are lines. If it's like racist shit.
Yeah.
Something that's all right, we're not going to let our business be known for making something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Cockfighting's cool, though.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think when this is a customer we've had actually
He's ordered hats
for a
and all
while,
kinds of stuff, so.
and when we first started working with him, we didn't realize that's what he did, and then someone told us, "Do you know this guy does this?"
Yeah, it was a mutual. Yeah.
We were like, "Whoa!" I didn't really know that was a thing in Wichita, but okay.
I didn't either. It's better than dog fighting.
I don't know where it's at.
Dog fighting is super messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cockfighting, it's like, I don't know.
It's still messed up.
It's still messed up for sure, but they're not the brightest animals, right? Anything you can cut the head off of and it can walk around for a while, it's not the brightest in my opinion. But it's still, I've never been to a cockfight, but
No, I haven't either.
TV.
See them on TV, yeah.
I think my uncles had some roosters growing up. I remember when I was a kid, they had a dead rooster hen.
Yeah.
And you could grab it and pull the tendons and it.
Like a lobster claw.
And the hands, the little claws would move. You ever done that?
No, absolutely not.
No? You grew up in the woods.
No, I've seen the chickens with their heads cut off run around, but
You didn't mess with
I never played.
hands?
I didn't know that was a thing. No.
Yeah, you should do that next time.
It's kind of like having a rabbit's foot in your pocket.
Yeah, you just
Except it's a rooster foot.
That's another thing that's not a thing anymore. Rabbit's
They used to be big back in the day.
Yeah, for sure.
You have a little rabbit's foot.
On your keychain.
Yeah. Which you always thought of as normal, but looking back, it's like kind of morbid.
A little bit.
We just had this rabbit foot in our pockets.
Yeah.
imagine walking around with like a rabbit's foot necklace. Show up to work one day like that.
Or a rooster foot necklace. And you know that guy does some shit. You know?
Yeah.
Well, you guys also made a hat for Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, we did.
Talk about that for a minute.
So we have a guy, Kurt, who made our website, and he also made Vanilla Ice's website.
What's this? What's Kurt? Innovative something?
Media.
Sorry, Kurt.
Media. Sorry, Kurt.
The Vanilla Ice, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make that clear to people.
Yeah.
So he made our website, and he also did Vanilla Ice's website. And so she did most of all the work with him.
Yeah, so after the website got done, poor guy, because I think we put him through the ringer trying to make it perfect to what we wanted, but he hit us up for a hat. He was going to a concert for Vanilla Ice, and he asked us if we'd make him a hat. And so he wore it when he gave it to him, but then recently he did another concert and he wore it, so that was pretty cool.
Vanilla Ice wore your hat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Twice. Not just once, but twice, on purpose.
So he likes it.
I think so.
And this was a design that you made up on your own, or he requested?
No, it's his logo.
It's his
like
logo?
a little Cupid with a
But
machine
then you
gun.
painted it with some acrylic paint.
Painted it.
So we don't typically paint the patches.
Yeah, but if
she
it's for
did,
Vanilla
made,
Ice.
Yeah, exactly.
for him. She may have put like lipstick on and kissed inside the hat, gave it to him.
That's 18-year-old me.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
past that.
Were you a Vanilla Ice fan?
Vanilla
back in
Ice.
the
Oh,
day?
yeah,
If there's a
definitely.
note in there, Vanilla Ice, just throw it away.
I was definitely a fan. I'm definitely a fan, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ice
so
Ice
that was-
Baby. Is he still putting out new music?
Yeah, he still does concerts, and we actually saw him. There was a Best of the 90s tour or something a couple years ago, and he was there. It was pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is like a staple of the 90s if you look back.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I had this friend in high school who looked just like him. And so we have like a family chat with my brother. And I said, oh, we just made a hat for Vanilla Ice. Like, you mean like your friend in high school? Totally forgot about this guy.
Oh,
He
yeah.
had like the blonde hair. He had the little...
Like a flat top, didn't he? Used to have like a flat top?
I don't know
Like
what.
a big blonde.
Yeah, big blonde.
Yeah. But he
know
also
what you
had
call
like
it.
his eyebrow shaved. Remember he has eyebrow shaved and like a line right through his hair and everything? Yeah, he looked just like Vanilla Ice. He was like 8th or 9th grade.
Yeah, because we're old.
We're older. Way older.
Yeah, I don't remember that time very, very well.
Yeah.
I do know Vanilla
You remember reading about him.
Yeah, I remember reading about him. I remember rocking to Ice Ice Baby when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I can still rap that whole song.
Can
It's
you
a
really?
good it's a good karaoke song. I don't know why.
I'd like to hear it.
We're not going to do that. We're not going there.
Have another drink.
Yeah. Hey, do you need a beer, by the way?
I guess I
Are you
do.
good? Or are you just a one and done? Get you another beer.
Sometimes
You
I'm
good?
one and done.
I'm good for now.
So, what are some of the struggles that you've had doing this hobby and turning it into a business? Are there surely there's pros and cons that stick out to you that you can kind of go back to and talk about?
Sometimes it takes a lot of dedication. Sometimes, having a full-time job and having a family, and sometimes it gets hard to keep up that drive to go forward. So, and it's kind of like you have to keep going, because you have to keep that funnel full. So, say we have a crazy Christmas and you just want to take a month off. So I think that's always tough, because that month off of slacking
Yeah.
takes,
It can be detrimental
It
in a
definitely
way.
can, yeah.
It's finding that balance too. I mean, so that, like sometimes we'll come home, she gets off work, and then we go right to the back, work on orders all night, and then we either have dinner ready or tell the kids eat what's in there, leftovers. And then we come in at 8 or 9, and then do it all over the next day. So it's finding that balance, and also just I think one of the biggest struggles is we haven't really treated it like a business. It's always just been second hobby kind of thing. We're not doing, even though we enjoy making the products, we're not doing the things we need to do to let people know we're making them. Like we don't like I had this bright idea of going and making realtor baskets, you know, cutting boards and tumblers and all that. So we bought all this stuff and it's sitting in our storage, and I still have yet to do it. It's been there for like a year, so we just don't do the steps that we know we need to, because it's not
your main focus in life.
So,
and sometimes it's hard because we spend so much time that when we're working, we could stay in the back. It's our workshop in the back, but when we're working out there, we're working on orders. So we say we have a big 70 hat order, then we're just working on that. We're not working on anything for our craft shows, for our
social media and all that stuff.
We're
It's
not
kind of
very big outgoers, like
like
networking and things like we keep saying we need to join these Wichita networking organizations, and we're like, I really don't want to go and talk to people. Like it was a lot to come here to, like, especially for her. She's really shy, I guess, when it comes to talking. So
that's a big piece of it that people might not understand, is that even especially today with like social media and stuff, that was a huge factor. I know when I started this podcast, it's not just doing a podcast. If you want people to listen, you have to promote it, and you have to be on top of it and post stuff constantly.
Constantly.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And that's something people might not know. So I feel that. I understand what you're saying with that.
Yeah.
And we've had to learn a lot. Like, I'm like, hey, kids, show me this ticky-tacky thing,
Oh, my God.
This tiki-taki.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how
Vanilla ice on tiki-tok.
Like, and then you have to do like certain, it's cool.
Algorithms
it's
and all
cool
that.
that Facebook and Instagram kind of work together now. So if I post something on one of our on the Facebook page, it goes to Instagram.
Right.
But then I'm like, okay, now I got to do TikTok, and then like there's just so much. I guess it helps kind of figuring out who your customer is.
Yeah.
So like if you obviously, a lot of kids aren't on Facebook. My kids are like, Facebook.
No, Facebook's for old people.
Right. So that's
Snapchat
actually
and
where we put a
TikTok
lot of
now.
our stuff, because that's kind of our ideal customers, probably.
TikTok and Instagram Reels and
Probably
Snapchat.
probably Instagram and Facebook more is like, a lot of our customer base that we do the big orders with are like farmers, ranchers, and they're a little bit older. So
yeah. I would think Instagram would be huge for you guys, because you can actually just post pictures nonstop of your product,
Well, you can post them, but nobody sees them. So if you're not posting several times a day, I look at it, like 6 people saw it, and I have like, out of a couple hundred followers, hardly anyone seeing it. So it's kind of the algorithms and how that all works is kind of tough.
Have you ever tried doing any of the paid ad services that Facebook and Instagram offers?
Yeah, we've done a lot of the boosts and stuff, and really had not a whole lot of,
No
like
success?
maybe lots of likes, but no orders.
Yeah.
Not really. So I don't know if that's actually worth it.
I don't either.
It seems like it would be, but then when you do it, it's...
I know that I've seen products on there just popping up randomly that seem to be in my face sometimes.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I see, like, maybe it's because, I look at hats and stuff all the time. And I look at other, hat companies and stuff, and my feed is all hats and stuff like that.
Is it?
I'm like,
Yeah.
how do I get my business right there? So, but yeah.
It's weird how they figure you out like that.
Yeah.
And they push that stuff in your face.
Yep.
I hear you.
They do. They're always listening. So what are your goals with this? Like, what's your biggest goal? Or do you not even have one? Are you just riding with it?
I would say the biggest goal we really want to do lately is grow it to where it's consistent income, to where it replaces one of our incomes. So, like for me, I'm retired. I know she's in, and she's still got a while to retire. But if she had the option to give up her job, or I had the option to give up my job and do this full time because it replaced her income, that would be ideal. And then, if she decides she wants to do 20, then it's already a grown business that we can just run from anywhere we want. Because, in 3 years, our youngest will be out of high school, and, it's just us two. So
you're retired from the military, but you still work full time?
I do, yep.
And really, if just one of you could quit your job for this, that's enough for you to say we did what we wanted to do?
Yeah, if it was enough to, say, replace her income, I could ideally quit my other job because I got my retirement, and we could just do this full time.
Yeah.
For me, like, so we do book cover. We do a lot of leather work too. Outside, we still use the laser to etch it, but it's something like like book covers, or we make custom wallets sometimes. And stuff like that takes a lot of time. So it'd be cool to have the time to work on some of the stuff that, we can charge more for, because it takes me days to do it, but you got to find those days.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool.
That would be a game changer, not having to work a full-time job, and you can just focus all of your time on these things.
Yeah.
Especially when they are time-consuming,
Right.
For sure. Yeah. What's your advice to people out there that would consider doing something like this? It doesn't even have to be like custom designs or anything.
I think with anything, I think networking is one of the biggest tools you can use, and that's one of the biggest things that we have failed to do. Like I said, we don't go out and go to these organizations.
Yeah.
Like we had a cleaning company. We decided to get someone come by and clean our house once in a while, and I was talking to them, and she looked them up, and they had great reviews. And I said, "How did you get going?" They've only been going for so long, but they're already booked. And I said, we joined this networking group, and we've had so many referrals from this group that it's just kept us busy.
Really?
And he's like, I'll give you an invite next time. I'm like, we need to do that, because, again, if you have the best pizza in the world and no one knows about it, it's not going to help you.
Yeah,
right?
nothing's going to happen.
I'm not saying our thing is the best, but I think we have a good product. I think people just need to know about it, and we need to take the steps to go out and say, hey, we're a business here locally and stuff like that. So people know who we are. We're not on any kind of, business directory or anything like that. So I think networking is one of the biggest things as a small business or anything.
Yeah, I think you're spot on, because the most important thing is to actually have the product, obviously, and then from there, making sure people know about it, I guess, would probably be the second most important thing I could think of.
Agree.
So, yeah,
I would just say, I know it sounds douchey, whatever, but like find something that brings you joy. Like
I can't believe you used that word.
Douchey or joy?
Douchey.
Like when I make something, like I'm doing a couple custom projects, and it just like brings me joy. Find something that, don't do something just because it's going to make you money. Do something because it makes you happy.
Yeah, and what's cool about what you guys have done too is that people can see your example and say, well, look, they didn't just, put all their chips on this from the get-go at 18 years old.
Yep.
Like you built a career first, a foundation, and you did it as a side hustle, and you still kind of are, but it's growing every day. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people think, well, if I'm not going to put all my effort into this right now, then it's just never going to work out. Never going to happen.
Yeah.
But small steps, it can work out.
Definitely. I mean, I think if someone had a great business plan, if they want to go all out, that would be the way to go. I wish we would have done that. Or when I retired, I think I wish I'd have focused on this more and, taken it seriously, and I didn't. I was going to school, and it was kind of still here and there, and so then I got a job, so it's like always I should have taken that opportunity to grow this business when I had the chance.
Yeah. So if you looking back, you would have gone a little bit harder on this?
Oh yeah, I would have done the things like I said, like I would have, went out to real estate companies and said, hey, here's what we do. I would have marketed better, joined those organizations.
Well, you still can. That's the beauty of it.
Yes. And actually we've been doing a lot of that. I've reached out to the Small Business Development Center here in Wichita, and so we're working on some things like that. So.
Hell yeah. I'm happy for you guys.
Yeah,
you made some really cool stuff for a lot of my friends as well.
Yeah, and we appreciate the referrals and stuff. I mean, this is just that one.
Oh yeah.
A few podcasts with you wearing the hat, and we had some people come out to us, and I think that's the best. When you get someone that says, "Hey, I saw your product," or "I know someone that has your product."
Right. Yeah. Well, go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you. That's the most important part, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're on Facebook and Instagram, Alpha Bravo Custom Designs. And like you said earlier, you could reach either of us through there. But we also have a website. It's alphabravocustomdesigns.com. And we're on Etsy, which is kind of confusing. So you can get the link.
Can they just search Alpha Bravo Custom Designs on Etsy and find your page? Or?
It's actually Alpha Bravo Custom DESI, because you couldn't have
so many characters.
We got too many characters in
okay.
there. So
yeah.
So yeah, it's Alpha Bravo Custom.
And our website's still a progress in work. We're still trying to upload items and stuff. But really, the big thing is, we love doing hats, but we love also custom orders, regardless of what it is. If we can fit in our laser, we'll etch it for you and personalize it. So.
Yeah.
And if anyone wants to look at the website and they just have questions, they can message us. Like I said, we'll talk to people and answer any questions they have on there.
Yeah, for sure. And I can personally vouch, the hats are amazing. I have several of them in my house now, and my friends are also rocking them as well. So all of that stuff, if you're listening or watching, is in my description. You can find their social media pages, their website, their Etsy page. If you have a cool idea for a design, if you have a business of some type, please reach out to them. It's Alpha Bravo Custom Designs, and they'll hook you up.
Definitely.
And they'll work with you.
Well, thank you. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Yeah, thanks for coming on and sharing your story. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's good stuff. And if you want to buy this Careers Over Beers hat, once again, you're giving 10% to Rainbows United Charity. So go do that, please. Thank you guys for coming on. And do you have any last words or anything you want to say out there?
No, not at all.
Nothing?
No, thank you so much for having us on. I know we've been like kind of dragging our feet for a while because we were both a little bit nervous.
Oh, absolutely.
We really appreciate it.
Oh, it's fine. There's nothing to it. It's just a conversation,
That's
you know?
pretty cool.
Yeah, you make it very easy, honestly.
Yeah.
And so I've heard a few of yours, but then today I was like, let me see, because I know there's video. I told us, let me take a break and see some videos on YouTube. So
yeah.
Like, what's my good side? He's got a camera here, camera there.
Well, that's one of the biggest things for me getting guests on here is they're always a little bit like nervous. They don't know what they're going to say.
Yeah.
But it's just a conversation. I mean, if you were sitting down and having lunch with your, family, this is kind of what I feel like it would be like if they were just asking you about what you do.
Yep.
There's nothing formal about this.
Yeah.
So,
no, not at all.
No, it was
It's very
easy.
comfortable.
Thank you.
hell yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for doing what you do.
Yeah.
And once again, go reach out to them, Alpha Bravo Custom Designs. Anathea and Brian,
Thank you.
cheers. That was a whole hour.